is showing expired as of 7/31/2019.
Copy, thanks.
You're welcome, sir. Direction 1247.
You got anything to drink today? Any illegal drugs in the car? No meth, heroin. Man, you want to go and step out of the car for me?
Alright, 10 flight, 6 until 1090.
We're going to Snowy River, which is
It's going to be a 961. Home and Housing vehicles pull into downtown 9 to clear the roadway.
Okay. So he's out with an accident, traffic accident in front of Snowy River. That's probably them right up there. Then if we determine there's no injuries, there's no, nobody's hurt and the vehicles are mobile. I don't always say mobile like that. I don't know why I did. So anyway, if they can move, we try to get them to move so that we're not blocking traffic or anything else. So we, obviously we don't want any secondary collisions or anything like that, because I've been on accident scenes and we're trying to investigate one accident and you get rubberneckers and looky-loos and they, bump each other and then now you got to deal with another one. So if we can, we'll get them out of the way. So we'll see if he needs any help.
Let's send back to secondary. It's going to be Charles, Nora, Henry.
18 Sergeant Central.
Hello. So I'm Officer Barber. I'm with the police department. If I can just get your driver's license, your registration, and insurance. Were you the only driver in here?
Yes.
Was there there's no other occupants? No? Okay. Where are you coming from?
Yellow Front or Dollar Store
The dollar store? Okay.
coming out in the middle of the lane. He was in the far lane. I'm not sure if it was the same time. Slammed him. He changed lanes right lane.
So you're coming from the dollar store up here, and you're trying to turn left. Okay. So you turned into the left turn lane. Okay. And then
He was in the other lane. I didn't know he was going to switch lanes.
okay. Kinda. So did you turn into the turn lane?
No cars coming. There was no cars coming. So
Okay,
for him,
so
he
you're
was
going
in,
left.
He was in over here on the far lane. So I
Okay.
pulled out. It was all good. Went that
Oh,
way.
okay.
But he came over here.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Did you see him? Okay. All right. So I got your registration. So is your insurance in your purse too, or just your? Yeah. You keep your insurance in there.
I thought he had an extra copy.
Well, we're gonna at least need you to get on the phone, because we'll need to find out who your August 28th. Yeah.
That's Benelli, Boy Edward, Nora.
Alright, 10 flight, 6
This one's old. Yep. So this one expired August of last year.
I had all state with all the vehicles.
So what's your last name then? With a Z or an S?
Yes.
That's okay. Day and your birthday.
120.
Region signal 1013.
So do you have another card in there? What I'll ask you to do, okay? What I need to do is make sure that this policy is still valid. Okay, so I need a better expiration date than that.
Oh, I got it.
If I believe you,
Okay.
but I need what I need to be able to verify that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I can zip over and get it real quick.
Yeah.
Copy, thank you.
If we can, otherwise, or we can call them. If you can call them, and I can just talk to an. If you can get an agent on the phone, get the other and just be like, if I can confirm a valid expiration date.
Sure.
Yeah?
Is that right now?
Yeah.
B98, show me.
That okay.
To
let's just do this then.
Dispatch detail.
1112.
Or your insurance, yeah. So, all right, give me just a minute, okay?
My name's Shane Jackson. Been with the Navajo County Sheriff's Office for a little more than 4.5 years. Not too long. So, raised in Holbrook. Was born in Texas. My family, my father was law enforcement in Holbrook. He's actually the chief in Holbrook for a while. And my mom was a school teacher, so kind of hung around in Holbrook for a long time. Been fascinated since I was a little kid because my dad was law enforcement. So I guess it's your typical answer probably, but I've always wanted to be a cop because it seemed like a fun job and it gets you outside a lot. So what do I like about the job? Well, being a county is really not somebody breathing over your neck the whole time because you're kind of on your own, and I like being on my own and being able to get out, helping people with their problems, and drive around a cool car. Love the other guys I work with. That's one reason why I stayed at the sheriff's office, because the guys you work with, you can't replace them, so they're unique on their own. They'll back me up whenever I need help. We kind of have like a good bond together, so when they come to help me, we know how to work with each other, so the calls just kind of go smoothly. Working with Show Low PD, I don't have a lot of experience because I tend to spend more of my time patrolling in the Snowflake area, so I don't really work out here too much other than during nights. On my off time, I like to play video games. Just bought a PS4, so I'm just getting back into that. My neighbor, he's a really big hunter, so me and his family will go out to the woods a lot of the time and spend a couple days up in the woods every now and then just to get my mind away from everything. I like to go to my family's house, hang out with my parents, their dogs, bring my dog over there. I have a Chihuahua. He seems to relieve a lot of that stress. But yeah, just be with friends and family is what calms me down, gets my mind off of work.
Baker 95, copy additional 2729.
95.
So white one.
Alright, 10 flight.
Adam Lincoln Edwards, same.
Alright, 10 flight.
6262.
1023.
Ask him if he wants a crash report. So I got her stuff. Do you want me to do a tracks accident exchange?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I just need his insurance and that stuff. Yeah, just in case. What's that?
That subject is negative and valid, D. David.
If I get them both, it's pretty easy. Okay. Yeah, yeah, or even failure to yield, because either way, the way she described it is, I had her, I'm sure he told you, and just find it. She pulled out, he was in this lane, and he, yeah. So do you want failure to yield from a private drive, or is it a unsafe lane change? Because
She wasn't
either way.
Yeah, so we give you failure to yield.
Yeah,
Because he had the right of way.
right, okay. Did you get a picture of those other two? Yeah. I can't do it unless I do the crash report
Yeah.
on the tracks.
Okay.
You want me to start? I'll just do a handwritten exchange and do the tracks citation. You good with that?
Yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah. So she was turning left, so westbound. So she was turning left from the Dollar General up here and heading west. She says she pulled into the turn lane, the center turn lane for a little bit, and then went into the right. Started to get into the roadway. So when the other car moved over and changed lanes about the same time she was entering the roadway, that gentleman right there was making a lane change. So in this circumstance, basically anytime you're entering the roadway, you have to yield. If I can get my forms out here.
Hard pressed to get some sun.
Oh man, what is on there? There we go. All right.
All right.
Whew.
The Honda Civic looked like traveling about 63 and a 45. Enter 1312 traffic. Boy, Frank Young.
Alright, 10 flight.
Lynn Road with a dark blue car.
Copy 1246. Olympic 11512 back where you were registration.
Negative, go ahead.
Is there a boyfriend young? 65 is showing expired as of 7/31/2019.
Copy, thanks. Where y'all coming from? Little Mormon Lake. Is that where you guys?
He was
Okay.
taking me actually just to meet you. I go to the high school.
Okay. All right. How old are you, sir?
I'm 19.
And you are 16? Are you on lunch or what?
No, I was at a doctor's appointment. He's my older brother.
Okay. Do you guys have insurance for the vehicle?
No, I don't have it registered yet. I just
So you don't have insurance at all?
No, not yet.
Okay. All right. Hey, you going to step out of the car for me? If you don't mind just hanging out in the passenger seat, okay? Are there any weapons in the car or anything? No grenades, bazookas? What about drugs? Is there any illegal drugs in the car?
No, there's not.
No meth, heroin, marijuana?
I
Okay.
have my pipe right there, but I have my green.
Where's your card at? Can you pull it out for me, please? Have you had anything to drink today? No? All right, come on over here, okay? Just to the passenger side of my vehicle. If you don't mind just standing by the tire for me. Who did you buy the car from?
There's a guy in the valley.
Okay, so you got it from the valley? Okay. Are you aware the registration is expired as of July? You didn't know that? All right. Okay. Have you updated it with MVD yet? Not yet. Okay. All right. No, I get it. So I'm not trying to be smart with you or anything, but Just so for future information, you got to notify within 10 days with MVD.
Okay.
All right.
I'll go
So,
and get that taken care of.
yeah, let's make sure we get that taken care of. All right. You don't have any warrants or anything? When does she have to be in school?
I was trying to get her there as quick as possible.
Okay.
Right now,
Do you have any association with the address off of Blue Ridge? Who lives there? Like, are you still associated with that address?
I actually plan on moving back up there
Okay.
once.
Do your parents live there, or?
My mom owns it.
Okay. All right. So, you don't know your current address?
No, really.
Okay.
My older sister does.
You haven't had any alcohol today? It's freaking you out. Why is it freaking you out?
Cautious. I'm not trying to be. I just.
Okay. Have you ever smoked any marijuana or anything?
I smoked before I left my house as well.
This morning? Okay. And you're, are you currently feeling the effects of it? Okay. Edward, 1512.
1512.
Be out conducting FSTs.
Copy 1256.
Hey, so you smoked marijuana this morning. About what time was that? You woke up at 11? When did you smoke it? So about 11:10ish? Okay. All right. Would you mind if I take a look at your eyes really quick? Okay. Just go. We're going to face this way. Put your feet together, arms out your sides. Do you have any concussions right now? No? What about a natural nystagmus, which is involuntary twitching of the eyes? You don't? Are you wearing contacts right now? Okay. All right, so what I'm gonna ask you to do is I want you to stare at the tip of this pin with your eyes. Try to follow it with your eyes, try not to move your head, okay?
I'm Officer Barber. I'm with the Shoal Police Department. I've been here for about just over 2 years now. So I graduated from St. John's High School in 2003. Grew up doing mostly construction and then ended up getting a job with the Department of Corrections in 2010. Stayed with them until coming to here in 2017. It's something I've always had in the back of my mind to do. I just have never followed through with it. When I started at the state, in corrections, or I got into canine. I was able to get a dog, so I was a canine handler, and then part of the canine academy was my roommate is a canine handler for Sholo, and so his dog was super cool. Mine was a puppy, and mine.
Pine Top 23
He
Edward.
just ended up talking me into applying and coming over here, and yeah, I'm married. I have 5 daughters, so that's why I carry a gun for work. So I don't know what else. Yeah. So I didn't apply anywhere else. I did some ride-alongs with some officers here at the PD and got to meet a lot of people, and I just ended up thinking, wow, that sounds like a really fun thing to do and fun place to work. So here I am. Every day is different. Every call's different. Every traffic stop's different. Everything is. I mean, there's a lot of the same techniques you use in dealing with some of the various things that we have to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's always different, and it's always a puzzle trying to figure things out and just solve problems. Just be a problem solver all day long. I love working with the people that I work with, and they're just awesome people. We have a really fun time, but when it's time to, we laugh and joke and get along great together, and then when it's time to get the job done, everybody steps in and we get the job done. Whether if it's an accident, we can go from being ha ha ha, just laughing and joking about whatever to, oh, we need to take care of business. Let's take care of business, and we're able to do that, and it's fun. I think if you can't laugh every once in a while, you're not gonna make it. So in my free time, I have my kids and my wife, and I just love spending time with my family. When I'm at home, I like to be at home. I don't like to, I'm feel like I'm pretty good about when I'm not at work. I'm not at work. I'm husband and I'm a father, and that's my job. That's my number one job. And when I'm at home, I just like being with them, and I love doing projects. So right now I'm working on my house. I grew up doing construction.
I want you to pivot around on your rear foot, taking a series of small steps. And just continue back the other way. 1, 2, 3. Again, you will continue all the way to 9. Do you understand?
Can I take my slides off?
Sure. Good stop.
If he doesn't have a DRE.
Copy. Yeah. Well, by the U-Haul, I had to catch up to him. He's still hauling butt. So I got driving behavior, he's hauling butt.
They get the stuff. You see, like, a dirt truck catch up, it's like,
Not really. So by the time I caught up to him, I was at the street light. So I just lit him up.
so why do you pull him out of the car and do this?
I just pull people out. So his eyes were red. I normally pull people out of the car. So
HGN.
I did HGN.
Have you done it, right?
Not yet.
Yes, sir.
I wasn't trained on doing that. So
You been there? Convergence. I could try.
would you mind trying it?
Yeah, there we go. So simple, both feet together, arms against our side, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm going to do a circle, motion around it twice, okay? I'm going to go towards your nose. I just want you to follow with your eyes open on your head. You understand? I go cross-eyed, is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. Your point is to follow the pen. Okay? Just follow.
I would say.
Catch up blood.
Does county have a DRE?
I'm planning on going to the school in November, but it's a little ways away. Oh man.
Should be advised that Kirby Francis traffic is at
Oh, crap.
What are you gonna do with it, man? We're here.
All right.
Looks like you've got another one of y'all.
Yeah. It doesn't make it all right to be smoking marijuana and driving, okay? It's the same thing as being impaired by alcohol. It's still a DUI, which is taken very seriously around here, okay? So if you had marijuana recently, you smoked it, you probably shouldn't be driving, all right? So we didn't notice any signs of impairment by marijuana, but I just want you to know that, okay? So there's that back. You're gonna be getting a citation today for no mandatory insurance and expired registration. I'm not gonna cite you for your speed. I understand you just bought this car. You got to get insurance. It takes like 5 minutes. Call the insurance company, buy insurance for your vehicle, and they'll send you a card, okay? So, gonna get it's a civil citation. Can I get a phone number for you?
928
Sure? Okay. Without admitting responsibility, you acknowledge receipt of this complaint by signing here, stating you promise to get this taken care of before the 19th. Okay. You can show up on that date or show up before. Give it about a week to get into the system. There's a phone number for the courts right there. I need a signature from me down here on the bottom. He had a marijuana card, showed me the card. I mean, there's really no reason to have a pipe in the car if you can't be smoking in the car. So I started questioning when was the last time he smoked. He said he woke up about 11, smoked some marijuana about 10 minutes after he woke up. So that's an admission that he recently had inhaled marijuana. So what I went ahead and did there was I conducted HGN. So HGN, horizontal gaze nystagmus, helps determine if somebody's impaired by alcohol. You'll get 6 of 6 Qs if somebody's above a 0.08, I'm sorry, 4 of 6. I didn't notice any HGN, so I went ahead and ran him through the rest of the FSTs, the walk and turn, and the one leg stand. He did pretty well in it. I'd say he didn't show any signs or clues or anything. So with that, I attempted to contact a drug recognition expert to come over here and see if we could observe any signs of impairment by any drugs. We unfortunately didn't have one on duty right now, so luckily one of the officers with Pinetop Lakeside attended an A-RIDE course, so he was able to attempt to observe for lack of convergence, which shows if somebody may be impaired by marijuana, which there were no clues or anything observed for that. So unfortunately I really didn't have any signs of impairment. So if I were to arrest him for DUI and he was to refuse consent to determine by blood or breath or urine, I mean, I really didn't have much to go about getting a search warrant. So I'll be called in and advised there's a suspicious item. Apparently flew in on a parachute and landed on the tracks. I'll be advised that it has wires attached to it and it looks like a bomb. Advised she is not sure what to do, but doesn't want to move it. Up here advised they're moving hazmat train cars away from the item and request our response.
Alright, 10 flight, 10 9